Hi, my name is Leila Pari, and you are watching The Music Enthusiast. Enjoy.
Hey guys, it's Gracie from The Music Enthusiast, and today I'm here with Leila Pari. How are you?
I'm thriving. How are you?
I'm good,
Life
thank
is
you.
good.
Thank you so much for doing this interview.
Oh my, honestly, it's an honor. I love this. This is special.
Yeah, I love your music. I listened to it last night. It's amazing.
Yay.
So I'm so thrilled to be talking to you. Getting into the questions, what made you want to get into music?
Wow. I love that
Very
question.
straightforward.
What a big question. That's a beautiful question. Two things. The first is I realized that life doesn't always give you what you want. Sometimes life is challenging, sometimes life is beautiful. And if you can take what life gives you and give back to it something that's beautiful, regardless of whether or not it's hard or not, that I think has so much power. So as a human being, I love the fact that like I had a brutal beginning to my week. It was so emotional. And I I was grateful and I cherished the fact that instead of feeling like let me just go into my cave, I can give something back to the world. There's this quote by this French guy and he says, my dear, in the midst of winter, I found there was within me an invincible summer, and it made me happy because it made me realize that no matter how hard life pushes you, there's something pushing back. And I just realized that I wanted to write songs, and I wanted to write songs that made people feel special and empowered. And that's literally my purpose in life. And it gives me a lot of joy. So,
Well,
yeah.
glad to hear that your week is better now.
Thanks. Yeah. It
Yeah.
was like, but it's okay.
Speaking of music, do you have a favorite musical memory that you can think of?
I have so many. Oh my God. Um, I'm gonna say two really quickly. One was the moment I realized I wanted to be a singer was I went to this Jonas Brothers concert and people were freaking out over them. I didn't know who they were at the time. It was like right before they became big. One of my friends had an extra ticket, and it changed my life because I looked up at them and I realized, wait, these are three boys. These are three young kids, brothers that are making this something that they're working towards, and that was special. And then right before the pandemic, I had a show where one of my musical heroes came to watch me, and I was like, this is crazy. Like it's just really surreal when you realize that you can also give art that people want to come and see. So
Mm-hmm. What was it like for you starting up in the music industry? Because I know it can be very competitive for some people.
yeah. I love these questions. These are like great questions.
Thank you.
um, when I moved to Hollywood, I was really worried that people were going to be competitive and cutthroat. And yes, there are those people, but you don't have to exist in that world. I've actually been blown away by how, um, especially amongst artists, that you can support each other and be each other's encourager, because at the end of the day, there's nobody that's going to be me like me, and there's nobody that's going to be you like you, and that is powerful. And I think there's a lot of, you know, talkers in the industry. Like there's a lot of people that say they're going to open the freaking gates of heaven and they don't, and that's something to navigate. But I've just realized, like, if I can just focus on the art in my own mission, then hopefully the rest falls into place, and here's to hoping, right?
Was it a hard transition for you to move to Hollywood?
I thought it was going to be, mostly because when I was a kid, I was like attached to my parents. I loved them so much. But the second, I just remember like the first night in my apartment in LA, I was like, this is what I meant to do. And I just loved it.
Yeah. Your
Yeah.
songs are amazing. How do you find inspiration for them?
I have a little cat that is like trying to get into the camera. I think that life is inspirational. Like I said, this week even is just like a case in point of life either is everything that you ever hoped and that inspires you, or it's everything you ever feared and that challenges you. And sometimes I actually kind of feel guilty, like Monday, Tuesday, I've never been more unproductive in my life. But then I'm like, actually how I coped was writing songs, and I just wrote songs all day long, and that is inspiration. So for me, my therapy is songwriting and just trying to be as honest and transparent with my thoughts. And I think that the more you can talk about your struggles, the more you can talk about your hopes, your dreams, the more people relate, because we're all the same really at the end of the day as humans.
Bad Habits is your first release of this year. How are you feeling?
Is it my first release of this year?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I thought I had another one. You're right. I had so many songs come out at the end of last year. So I felt like I forgot.
I did my research.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Thanks for letting me know. It feels so good. I write so much music that if it were up to me, I'd have a song come out every week. But, you know, there's like the logistics of how much effort it goes into releasing that doesn't happen. It's good. It's vulnerable. There is a challenge to letting something that you wrote about something that was personal to you out into the universe. And there's also a challenge of trying to make this my career and hoping that people actually listen to it and actually like it, because I can't control that. But I've learned that you just have to do what you have to do. And if people listen to it, I'm stoked on life. And if people don't listen to it, it's still what I want to do. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how did you decide that Bad Habits was going to be your next release? Was there a process for you?
You are amazing, by the way, Gracie. I love these questions. They're so good. Well, the truth is it was the most complete song that I had, because I've written so many songs, but they don't all have production that I'm excited about. And I actually, a lot of the production on Bad Habits was my own voice. Like I went to the producer and I'm like, could you add like like stuff like that? And he's like, yeah, just record it. So I would like record the audio of me singing it. And then we came up with this production. I was like, this is cool. And yeah, I think honestly, that was like the main thing. The production was my favorite. So we decided to go with it.
I saw that you have a song called Tidal Wave that came out in 2015.
Yeah.
Have you seen a change in your music from that point to now releasing your first song of 2021?
I feel like my cheeks are hurting. You are so amazing. I love you. Wow. I was thinking about that the other day, because that song was the first song I wrote. I went through the most painful breakup and relationship that actually impacted my life for better, for worse, like quite drastically.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was a kid. I was just writing to write. And I also produced that song with a teacher from school. It was crazy. And I hear it, and I hear my voice sounds like a little kid voice in it. When I hear it, I'm like, oh, I want the instrumental so I can re-sing it. But you know, I think that anything you create, like the first quote I ever heard from my dad was, I was actually thinking about this week too. The quote was, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. And I never understood what that meant until I realized that what it's referring to was art. So if you create art at any stage in any place of your life, like that's something you get to keep forever. And I cherish that, because I realized that I went through a hard thing and I became a much stronger version of myself. And that is worth it. And that makes me happy. And yeah, my music has gotten way better since then, but I'm still proud of the first stuff, because why not?
Yeah. I mean, it was a big step.
Yeah, it was. It was a big step.
Obviously you just released a song, but do you have any future projects or like things that you've planned in the future that you could tell us about?
Yeah. I wrote so many songs over quarantine, and it's literally on my to-do list today to upload the next song for release. So hopefully in about 3-4 weeks, another song will come out. there's a lot of navigating as far as, do you spend more time working on the business side or you just create the art? And right now I'm in the mode of like, I just want to share the songs with the world. And if nothing happens with them, then that's fine. But I can't wait to release the next song. And it's totally different. And it's a really good song. So yeah.
This is more of a fun question for you, but if you could describe yourself and then your music in 3 words, what do you think they would be?
Whoa. Romantic, honest / vulnerable, and hopeful.
Those are all good words.
Thanks. Yeah.
Do you have any ideal collaborations for your future?
Yeah, oh my God. Some of them I can't mention because I just think it's too early to mention, but I've written songs that are really good and I think it'd be great to get a rapper on them. And he's actually a friend of mine, but my dream rapper for this particular song, which I was thinking about this morning, so good question, is Black Bear. I think it would just be so cool if he was on the track. That's pretty huge. I love Charlie Puth. I would love to do a track with him. And then just the electronic DJs. Like I love dance, electronic festival music so much. And it would just be a dream come true to get on a track with Zed or Marshmello or DJ Snake. I mean, you name it. I love that kind of music. So that would be a dream.
I feel like any collaboration you do would just be amazing. Like,
yeah, I would hope. I'd hope.
I'll keep my eyes out for it.
Thanks.
More in other artists, do you have a favorite song at the moment?
Yeah. I do. I have so many. I think my all-time favorite song, probably the song I've heard the most in my entire life, is actually kind of obscure, but it's from Coldplay, and the song is called Oh. And I feel like of all the millions of people that listen to Coldplay, nobody knows of the song, which is bizarre to me. But I feel like it just feels like my soul. I don't know how to describe it. It's everything. Like you feel yourself being related to when you listen to a song. I think that's the power of music. And when I listen to it, I just feel like all of my hopes and dreams are being sung to me. So
my last question for you, our website focuses on up and coming artists. Is there anyone that you have your eye on or that you would recommend to other people?
Hell yeah. Wow. As an up and coming artist?
It could be up and coming or just someone that you like that you would recommend to others.
Yeah. The first person that comes to my mind is actually this band that I grew up with. Their dad was like a second dad to me. They're called Switchfoot. Have you heard of them?
I think so.
They're actually pretty big, but they're also niche. And the lead singer has his own personal project, which is it's way smaller. And he just released a song, and the songs are really deep. So you have to like have questions about life that you want to hear in music. It's not like pop by any means, but he just released a song, and it's been on my mind a lot because it's about like talking to the universe and saying like, I have so many doubts about everything around me. And I was like, it's honest, it's real. And I think that those kinds of songs make you feel like you're not the only one, whatever the song is about, but like songs that talk about things that you really care about are songs that relate. So yeah, I would say Switchfoot and John Foreman are huge to me.
Well, thank you so much for doing this interview. It was so nice meeting you and talking.
Likewise. Yeah, thank you. Likewise. Yeah, you're precious. I really appreciate your initiative, and I'm so glad that my manager connected us. So yay.